Hey Siri, play my Christmas playlist. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's a little Christmassy in here now. Couldn't help myself after the last video. I'm so excited to start prepping for the holidays. Today though, I don't have a Christmas themed video for you. I just have another review of another eyeshadow palette that I'm so excited to try. This one has been a long-awaited palette to try. I saw this months ago and was intrigued, but I wasn't sure how much I liked it, so I waited till the Sephora VIB sale, and then I snagged it up at a discount. We are going to put this palette to the test today. This one is the Urban Decay Naked Cyber palette, and yeah, I want to know, like, is this palette worth it? Because I saw so many mixed reviews on it and I just had to know for myself. If you are interested in seeing how I would rate and review the Urban Decay Naked Cyber palette, then please keep watching. This is the Naked Cyber palette. The packaging is really neat on this. I do find though Urban Decay packaging, like, they don't disappoint. They're always really good. It's a very pretty techno-like box. But let's open it up. When you open it up, you again get this pattern all over the palette. And it is that plastic packaging that they do on all of their Naked palettes. This palette as well is vegan friendly. They switched to a vegan friendly formula. And then when you open up the palette, you see all the shades there, and it's like this beautiful ombre assortment here, and of course you get their brush inside. What kind of put me on the edge was with this palette is just, it seemed a little plain, to be honest. It didn't really seem like anything super spectacular or exciting. Didn't think to try it based on that. However, I knew at some point I would want to try it because I love Urban Decay Naked palettes and their formula is so good. I had to try it knowing all of that. However, if it wasn't an Urban Decay palette, probably wouldn't have tried it. I'm going to rate this eyeshadow palette based on the new point system I have put in place. Total, this eyeshadow palette will get a score out of 30. Starting off with packaging, I think that this is really pretty packaging, very creative. I like their packaging in general for their Naked palettes. It's very sturdy. I wouldn't say it gives like a super luxurious feel. However, they're like solid palettes. I really like their packaging, and I like the packaging on this one. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 because it is really interesting. Looking at the color story, like I said, it's a very plain color story, nothing really exciting. To be honest, the color story really did make me consider not even buying it. So based on the color story, I'm gonna have to give it like a 3 out of 5. It's not the worst. Like, the color story makes sense. I have to give them credit for that. It's not like looking at the color story, it's a mess. However, it's not super exciting, so I would rate it a 3 out of 5. So now we're going to get to the swatches. It's really hard to tell how this swatched because I know a lot of these colors are very light. However, I do feel like these swatched very weak, especially for an Urban Decay formula. I mean, the shimmers were okay, but they just didn't seem as pigmented as they usually are. And I don't know, the mattes were a little patchy. Overall though, based on the swatches, which I did find very disappointing, I'm going to give the swatches on this palette a 3 out of 5. They didn't swatch terribly, but again, they weren't what I'm usually used to with Urban Decay formula. So far this palette is only so-so. The real test is going to be application. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit and then we will get started on the eyeshadow look. Let's pull forward my... Whoop! Just broke my mirror. It's okay, I can fix it. There we go. We're going to use their brush. I do like their brushes, and I mean, it comes with the kit, so we're going to take out the brush here and we're going to use the crease shade first. I'm going to go into shade Gadget, which is this shade right here, this pinky one. some of that on the brush, and I'm going to put it in my crease. Huh. It is a very, very light shade. Okay, well, we're going to add a little bit more. Wow. Where'd you go? What the heck? It literally blended out to nothing. Okay, let's be a little bit softer with my blending. No, this can't. Let's try the other eye. This is like awful. What the heck is it actually? This is not Urban Decay's formula. It literally can't be. It's either super patchy or it blends out to nothing. That shade is no good. Alright, let's try this matte shade Virtual. Swap that into... Okay, this one seems to be better already. This one is working actually. I'm afraid to blend it too much. Shade Gadget is no good. Shade Virtual is working. Alright, let's do it on this side. That's really unfortunate because in this palette there are only 4... Is that a matte shade? Yeah, 4 matte shades. What the heck? And one of them straight up does not work. Well, we're going to go into the darkest shade at the end there, shade Bite. It's the red shade. We're going to use... You know what, let's use this side of the brush because I don't want to dirty that one up yet. And we're going to take some of that and we're just going to put it on the outer third of our eye. Oh wow. And then this shade is like a stain. Hold on, let me take some of it off of the brush while I do this. I was thinking about transferring some of it to my other eye, but what the heck? Do you see this? It's patchy. What the heck is my eye? What? It's just messy. It makes my eyes look so messy. Okay, no, I literally can't. I take some of it off. Well, maybe I'll use my beauty sponge and just literally go over my eye. I'm going to dip into the shade Virtual, which so far is the only matte shade that's working. And I'm just going to put that very subtly in the crease here. And then we're just going to move on. Yeah, these matte shades are some of the worst matte shades I've ever used in my life. I'm going to dip into shade AI, the first shade there. Oh, first shade. Go this side of the brush. And I'm going to put that all over the lid here because I just want to see how it performs really. Let's see. I mean, it's almost non-existent. It's also a weird shade. It's like between a matte and a shimmer. It's definitely not a true matte. This palette literally makes me want to cry. Like, why did I buy this? Well, let's try a shimmer shade. I'm very scared now. I'm gonna go into shade Cyberspace. It looks like a duochrome there. We're gonna see how it is. I'm gonna apply it on my finger. And then let's pop it all over the eye. Don't mind this one. Again, I feel like you have to get a lot in order to get it to be decently pigmented. I just don't feel like the shimmers, at least that one, doesn't have a lot of pigment. Let's try the other eye. It's okay. It's honestly nothing to write home about. I'm just going to fix up my crease a little bit with the crease brush. Can you tell I'm like I'm over this palette? Let's go into shade, I want to test out Static. I'm going to go take shade Static there. Let's put that on the outer edge of my eye. It's the shimmers, I think I realized what is not wrong with them but different about them. They're like glitters. They are very, very glittery and chunky. Alright, let's finish this off. I'm going to go into shade Override, the second last shade at the end there. And then let's pop that in the outer corner. Oh, that does nothing. Okay. Let's try shade Electrode, maybe. It's like that copper. Honestly, these glitters are all really the same. I can't really add very much dimension. So I'm going to take the crease brush with a little bit on there and I'm just going to dust it underneath my eye. Why did I buy this? I'm going to put on some mascara and then I guess I will rate this. Alright, now I'm going to finish rating it, I guess. This palette is actually a joke. I'm so mad. The fact that this is $68 Canadian or $45 American as well is awful. No. For blendability, out of 5, I am going to give it a 1. It was absolutely terrible, horrible to blend. Some of them just straight up do not. Performance, 5 scores, 5 points for mattes, 5 points for shimmers. For mattes, I'm going to give it a 1 because only 1 out of the 4 shades actually performed so-so. The other one was just, again, it also performed so-so. 2 of them just straight up do not work. And I think that's horrible for a palette to only have like 1 or 2 shades that kind of do something. Only 1 shade you can use in your crease. For shimmers, they all kind of do the same thing. They're all very glittery. They don't really do much on your eyes. For shimmers, I'm going to give it, I'm going to give it a 2 because I think this palette is so bad. I think it was like a 13 or 14 out of 30. Something like that. It scored well on was the packaging. And you don't buy eyeshadow for its packaging. You just don't. I think it's an important part of the experience of the eyeshadow, but at the end of the day, if your eyeshadow performs like crap, it doesn't matter how pretty it looks. It's such a bad palette. Do not buy this palette. It is terrible. One of the worst eyeshadow palettes I've ever tried, and I think that's saying a lot because it's one of the brands that I love the most. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you have a wonderful day. Leave me a comment down below the worst eyeshadow palette you've ever tried. I'm very curious what you guys would say because I think this is one of mine. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Turn on the bell notifications so you can be notified every time I upload. Right now I'm uploading Tuesdays and Thursdays. And like I said, I am in full swing for holiday season right now. I am ready to go with Christmas, everything. I hope you have a wonderful day and I will see you in my next video. Bye.